this time from the DC Universe Classics Wave 20, the last wave of the DC Universe Classics before they go into DC Universe All-Stars, we're taking a look at Red Arrow. You can see the biography and statistics. A little bit skimpy on the statistics this wave. I don't know exactly why, but you can see here a picture of the figure, other figures in this wave, and the Collect and Connect Necron. Now, Red Arrow here is pretty much a complete reuse of the Green Arrow body from the, Series 4, with the one exception being the R on his belt instead of a G. The only other part being new is the head sculpt, which is pretty nice. You still have a little bit of that problem with the teeth. You know, if you catch it at the right angle, it will kind of look a little bit odd, but then you see it from a distance and it looks alright. I don't know, it's a pretty good sculpt. Now, for his weapons here, he's got the same bow. I'm probably going to have to clip it down to take away that arrow. Because I really don't like that, the way that's designed. I will be modifying that. And he does come with some new arrows, new sculpted arrows, different than the ones that came with the Green Arrow. And you can see here the different heads. Don't ask me what they're doing specifically. So let's actually bring in the Green Arrow figure, and you can see how alike they are. Pretty much the same figure, just recolored. You know, and that's not bad. I do like the I do like that body. And also in this wave is an updated Green Arrow, so we can have that mold to display next to Red Arrow. You'll also notice that there is on the card, the figure actually does have a different bow. So for articulation, pretty much the same as the Green Arrow figure. The head goes left and right, up and down somewhat. Arms go all the way around. They do have to come out a little bit to clear the shoulders on the tunic there. The arms do go in and out, rotate at the bicep, bend at the elbow, and they both rotate and go in and out at the wrist here, which is pretty cool when utilizing the bow. A very stiff ab joint, but it is there. Waist joint. Legs go forward, back, out, and in. Rotate at the thigh, bend at the knee, and at the ankle. So, Red Arrow, or Roy Harper, first appears in More Fun Comics number 73 in 1941, alongside Green Arrow. And he's first called Speedy. For some reason, they give his appearance here as Adventure Comics number 250. I don't know why that is. I'm guessing that is the first post-crisis appearance of Speedy. So that would be the Earth 1 Speedy and not the Earth 2 Speedy. Roy Harper was orphaned when his father, a forest ranger, was killed during a forest fire. And a family friend raised him, and that was Brave Bow, a medicine man and chief of a Navajo tribe. And he's the one who trained Roy to be an expert marksman, not only in the bow, but with rifles and other ranged weapons. Brave Bow died. He was then adopted by Oliver Queen and became Queen's sidekick to his alter ego of Green Arrow. For some reason, they called him Speedy, and he met the other teenage sidekicks of the time, and they formed their own team called the Teen Titans. He was really lucky in the fact that he began dating Donna Troy, or Wonder Girl at that time. However, things went really downhill when the Titans disbanded. Donna and he broke up, and at that same time, Green Arrow had lost all his fortune and really his interest in keeping Roy as a partner in his vigilante activities. Unfortunately, Roy sought solace elsewhere in drugs and became addicted to heroin. And when Green Arrow found out about this, he basically kicked him off to the curb. Yes, nice maneuver by the liberal Oliver Queen at that time. Fortunately, it took Green Lantern. Hal Jordan was the one to find him and take him to Black Canary to get him clean, which he did. And of course, the way Green Arrow reacted led to them really splitting up as a team. Now, he didn't stop being a vigilante. He still occasionally aided the Titans, who at that time, had evolved into the new Teen Titans. And he did work with the government, going on at least one mission with the Suicide Squad. And then he went working for Checkmate. He went undercover to catch the international terrorist known as Cheshire. Unfortunately, Cheshire was a woman, and he kind of fell for her big time, and conflicted about handing her in to the authorities. He really just left her in the lurch. However, when he left, he did not realize that she was pregnant with his daughter. He eventually did find out of her daughter and recovered and retained custody of her. And pretty soon after that, he adopted a look more suited to reflect his Navajo heritage, being raised by the Navajo chief Brave Bow, and decided, along with the original Teen Titans, to reform that team into just the Titans. When that fell through, he decided to start up a team called the Outsiders. The Outsiders were formed as sort of a proactive superhero team that was really not like the Titans in that there were going to be no emotional attachments formed by the leaders of the Outsiders, which would be Arsenal, which he called himself at that point, and Nightwing. And unfortunately, that didn't really happen. The Outsiders, during the Outsiders, he really received some real rough treatment. Again, having relationships with several members of the team, and he got shot in the chest, and he was again nearly killed. After recovering from that, he was nearly killed by Deathstroke, and then later he received again near fatal wounds from a in Green Arrow's book from the I guess he was a hitman called Dracon, and yeah, so things were not going well. They did pick up a little bit when he was touched on the shoulder to be elevated to the level of the Justice League, and that's when he started calling himself Red Arrow. He had appeared in the alternate universe, alternate future of Kingdom Come as Red Arrow. He entered into another ill-advised relationship with the Justice League member Hawkgirl, and pretty soon after that, the villain Prometheus severed his arm, and not only that, but in his hometown of Star City, set off a bomb that killed most of the people in that city, including his daughter Leanne. Yeah, and he did not take his daughter's death too well, as can be expected, and he relapsed. And he began a descent that ended up with him as a drugged up Fuhrer, swinging dead cats, killing people in, just in an awful story line. And, they would have done better just to kill him off. He got involved in another team, this time of like quasi-villains, quasi-heroes, and somehow got involved with Deathstroke, wanting to revive his son, Jericho, and helped him do this. He would be able to resurrect Leanne. At the end of that arc, Jericho is kind of returned to life somehow, and he and Roy decide to re-establish a Titans team, or some form of a Titans team, but they don't get the opportunity to do that before Flashpoint happens, and that launches into the New 52, where he was part of the title Red Hood and the Outsiders. He's portrayed okay in that, but just not, it just isn't the Roy that we've come to know. And that'll be it for Red Arrow, and stay tuned for the next review, which will be on the updated Green Arrow. And until my next video, I'll see you.